Hello, welcome back again. Today, we have another instructional video since we have discussed previously what is chapter 1 and 2 in research proposal. And now, we're going to continue the discussion about the chapter 3. When we say chapter 3 in research proposal, it is called the methodology. It explains how the researcher will conduct the study. This chapter describes the methods, procedures, and tools that will be used to collect and analyze data so that the research problem can be answered. The main purpose of chapter 3 is to show the process of the research, how the data will be gathered, who will participate, and how the information will be analyzed. Why chapter 3 matters? Because it is the backbone of your study due to its credibility, replicability, and transparency. When we say credibility of the study, it refers to the extent to which the findings are believable, trustworthy, and accurate. It is a measure of how well researchers can establish the accuracy and reliability of their findings. Next is its replicability. It refers to the ability to obtain consistent findings when the study is repeated using the same method and data. It is a fundamental aspect of scientific inquiry, allowing independent researchers to verify the original findings, thereby strengthening the reliability of the scientific claims. And transparency. So it is the practice of openly sharing all aspects of a research study, including methods, data, findings. It is essential for ensuring credibility, reproducibility, and trustworthiness of research. Now we have the methodology chapter. So usually chapter 3 in research paper. It explains the researchers conducted the study. So it describes the methods, procedures, and techniques used to collect and analyze data in order to answer the research questions or test the hypothesis. So this chapter also is important because it allows readers to understand how the research was carried out and whether the methods used are reliable, valid, and appropriate for the study. It also enables other researchers to replicate or repeat the study if needed. Now we have the research design. We have three types of research design. So we have first here the qualitative data. So it is a method of inquiry that seeks to understand human experiences, behaviors, and interactions by exploring them in depth and subjective experiences. It is widely used in fields such as sociology, psychology, education, healthcare, and business to uncover insights that are difficult to capture through numerical data. Second is the quantitative data. It is a method of investigation that focuses on quantifying data, variables, and relationships. It employs statistical, mathematical, and computational techniques to collect and analyze data, often to establish patterns, test hypotheses, and make predictions. And the third is the mixed methods. So it is a research approach that combines both qualitative and quantitative research methods within a single study or across multiple related studies. Next, methods research is particularly useful when a research question requires a multifaceted approach that can simultaneously explore trends in data, and the nuances of individual experiences. Now, let's proceed to the collection methods or data gathering. So we have here the two types of data gathering, which is the primary and the secondary data. So let's first discuss what is primary data in research paper. It refers to the original first-hand information collected directly from sources for a specific research purpose. It is raw and unprocessed, providing fresh insights directly related to the research questions at hand. Primarily, data can be collected through various methods such as surveys, interviews, experiments, and observations, allowing researchers to obtain tailored and precise information. Next is the secondary data. So this data has been previously collected and organized by someone else, which researchers used for their own analysis. So this type of data is distinct from previous data, which is collected firsthand by the researchers for a specific study. So now let's proceed the sampling techniques that we are going to use. So we have here the probability sampling and the non-probability sampling. So probability sampling is a method used in research to randomly select a sample from a population, so ensuring that each unit has an equal chance of being chosen. So this technique is also known as random sampling. The primary goal of probability sampling is to create a sample that is representative to the entire population, so allowing researchers to make generalization and draw conclusions with a high degree of confidence. And next is the non-probability sampling. So it is a method where samples are selected based on non-random criteria such as availability, geographical proximity, or expert knowledge. So this approach is often used when population parameters are unknown or difficult to identify individually. Unlike probability sampling, not every unit in the target population has an equal chance of being included. So we also include here the sample size. So in research, sample size refers to the number of observations or data points collected to make inferences about a population. So it is crucial for ensuring the reliability and validity of statistical conclusions. A sample size that is too small may not accurately reflect the population, leading to wide confidence intervals or insufficient power to detect true effects. Conversely, a sample size that is too large wastes resources. Therefore, determining the appropriate sample size is essential for balancing accuracy and feasibility in research studies. So now let's discuss the data analysis. So we have two types of data analysis, which is the qualitative analysis methods, the quantitative and the qualitative analysis method. So let's first discuss what is quantitative. So it is a systematic approach used primarily in research to quantify data and analyze relationships among variables. They rely on statistical, mathematical, and computational techniques to collect and interpret data, while qualitative methods are a type of research approach that seeks to gather in-depth insights into human experience and social context. So we have also here the ethical considerations and limitations in our research proposal. So the ethical considerations in research involved in planning, conducting, and reporting. It addresses how researchers should act responsibly to protect participants, maintain integrity, and ensure the credibility of their findings. So research limitations are inherent aspects of the study that can impact the interpretation of results. They arise from various factors, including methodological choices, sample size, and external influences beyond the researcher's control. So we have also here the common pitfalls and how to avoid it. So we have here the vague, unjustified choices, ethical oversights. So in vague methods, so the research papers refers to language and expressions that are not specific or precise, which can lead to misunderstanding or lack of clarity in the research findings. While unjustified choices is in the context of research papers, it refers to the conclusions or findings that are not supported by the evidence presented. So this can include claims that are false, unsupported, or not justified by the author's reasoning. Lastly is the ethical oversights. So it refers to the processes and procedures implemented to ensure that research is conducted in an ethical and responsible manner. So these oversights involves monitoring research activities, reviewing research protocols, and addressing any concerns or issues that may arise during the conduct of research. So when crafting a strong chapter 3, it must be clear, justified, and transparent, so that the outcome would be precise and defensible methodology chapter that anchors your findings and invites future research. So I hope you have learned something from my video. See you next time. Thank you and goodbye.